Good morning, everyone. This project name is Pentaip, and I'm the CEO, Yong. Let me introduce you about what Pentaip is building. Pentaip is in the robo-advisor industry, but most of the robo-advisor in the market currently is as second or third generation, which actually humans are still making the investment decision behind the scene. And back in 2016, Deloitte have a report that predict that in future there will be fourth generation of robo-advisor, which actually is a fully automated and self-learning algorithm, and all the investment decisions are made by AI instead of human. And we actually fall into this category. So in short to say, Pentaip is an active management AI platform that manages the investment for people. And on the screen, you can see that there is a different robo-advisor here, and each of the robo-advisors are unique and focus on different spaces like US, China, Taiwan. And then most all the investment decisions are made by AI, and we have 300,000 robo-advisors were launched in Q4. And compared with the human, such as the traditional fund manager or the hedge fund manager, Pentaip technology is actually much more personalized and very low entry barrier. When the high level actually can engage with the hedge fund or the investment bank or high frequency trading hedge fund, but for the mass market, for the public, when they actually want to engage into the investment service, when they go to the fund manager, they might actually receive the low performance or suffer for the high commission. And with the technology, Pentaip are able to solve all these things. For example, like no minimum deposit requirement and a very high degree of automation. So I will give a very simple case study of how the robo-advisor works. This robo-advisor ID is US 8A3800. And it actually focuses on SP 500 stock with a medium risk, short-term decision duration. And the focus place is a country is USA and the base currency is US dollar. And it focuses on the revenue growth strategy with a 10 to 30 stock holding in the portfolio. So in this slide that you will see that how the robo-advisor behave behind the scene. So it actually will behave like a typical fund manager, that it will initiate the position, open the position, invest into the portfolio, and then it will also, by time of review, it will close the position or reduce the position and adjust the position to make the best portfolio combination. And the performance is actually, I would say, great, because it's actually 2 times better than the SP 500. And then in the same time that SP 500 only provides 3 times the return, but this AI was providing 7 times return across the period of 10 years. So our business model is very straightforward and simple, that we charge management fee and also profit sharing. And then also in the same time, we also have the data and AI report as the extra subscription model for the people to actually research on how the AI research on the stock. But in the same time, our competitors, most of them, they only have the management fee, only 1 revenue stream, and we have 3. So let me introduce our team. Me, Yongning, and Tessie, both of us is the AI developer, and Dr. Kwa Chong Yi is our CTO. He actually focused on the user security, and Miss Vicky is our CMO, which actually take care on the marketing and branding. So we actually elected as a top 20 fintech in Malaysia last year. And also in the same time this year, just back in last month, we won a competition, and this gives us a letter offer from a VC. So how big is this market? I would say this market actually is still have 40 times space to grow, because usually it was compared with the robo-advisor industry. And currently the robo-advisor industry are managing 1.3 trillion in this year. But usually we are compared with the total mutual fund size. And in a global level, back in 2018, the total mutual fund are managing 46.7 trillion US dollar. So this industry still have 40 times space to grow. So currently we have fundraised for $2 million US dollar. The use of proceed is to go to market. And in the upcoming 1 or 2 quarters, we will proceed to the next round of fundraising, and we target to raise $5 million US dollar. And the use of proceed is for the B2B expansion and B2C expansion. And this is our milestone of what we have done, what we have achieved in these 2 years. The team are formed in 2019, and we go into robo-advisor in 2020. And then we complete our data collection and AI architecture. And 2021, we start training the AI. And we plan to launch the alpha version, public beta version in the Q3 this year. And in the future plan, the next year, we will only focus on expansion into the asset management business. And thank you. But let me go through a bit of extra information in the following slide. So the Pentaip Group structure is an ultimate holding under the Pentaip Technology US. And Pentaip Technology US will hold 100% of the Pentaip Technology Labuan. And then Pentaip Technology Labuan will hold 100% of the Pentaip Hong Kong, which are prepared to expand to Hong Kong and China market. And the Pentaip Hong Kong will hold 100% of the Pentaip Malaysia, which actually is a B2C operating company. And our funding history until today, we already raised 700,000 US dollar in the different round. And currently we are closing another round. It's approximately 1.3 million US dollar. And we are proceed to the next round of fundraising soon. And most of our endorsement are come from the professional finance people. For example, Green Pro Capital come in during the idea stage. And then during our equity crowdfunding, we received the funding from the mass market, and also through the MyChip mechanism, the government also joined invest into Pentaip. And in this round of fundraising, we received an investment from an angel investor who actually participate in the capital market for more than 15 years. And in the same time, in this round of fundraising, we was approached by a local unit trust to provide a robot sample for them to discover about the potential of go into the AI unit trust business. And thank you. That is my presentation.